Hello guys and welcome. I figured out a couple of ways how to get rich, but I'm still not able to put all the pieces into practice. And with this video, I will summarize everything that I've learned and maybe you will profit as well. If you are in a 9-to-5 and try to figure out the way out, this video is exactly for you. Except for investing and thinking all the time, is it a safe path? What happens if everything goes to zero? And what happens if we have a new crash or even a war? I can't promise you that investing your money will be the solution to get out of the 9-to-5 struggle, get wealthy and never have to work again. But what I can tell you is, what options do we have? What is an alternative? What could we do else? For me personally, I can't see a different path except for investing with all the money we can put aside and let compound over the next 10 to 20 years and maybe save us with an age earlier than the retirement age. You have just to imagine, if we start to get into an age mid-60 or even 70, I can't imagine that the government or even the healthcare will cover us, and especially our costs. Inflation will go up, and if you don't invest and put your money aside and let it compound over time, you will get issues and maybe you have to work even in your 70s. That is something that I really don't want to see with anyone in this world. And it's still luxurious problems because there are still different countries in which you don't have clean water or other things like food. But at the end, if you are not able to help yourself, how could you help others? You have to think about yourself in the first place. Otherwise, you are not able to help others. So let's start to dive in. The world in which we are living right now is capitalism. Otherwise, all the people who work in social jobs, for the government, cleaning houses, or even in construction would be rich. And as you can see, almost nobody of them is rich. So imagine, you work in a company and bring the company a lot of value. And with value, I mean money. And especially this way is offering a service. For example, let us look at the salespeople and why they earn so much money in a lot of cases. They work for a company, bring the company a lot of money and get commission for that. Their salary, especially their commission, is tied to the work they are doing. Let us see it in an example. If a salesperson bring in a new deal with $1 million for the company and they got 1 or 10% of it as a commission, they are done. The same thing counts for real estate people who get commissions and other jobs, especially if you look at the technology aspect and the AI boom that we have right now. A lot of companies earn a lot of cash with technology and AI. That's the reason why the salaries are so insane. But still, if you are living with a salary which is fixed, it doesn't matter if you are sick this week, on vacation the other week, or working the week afterwards with a capacity of 200%. The only thing that they will see if you bring in value or not, and if the whole economy situation is not going well because of scarcity, a new war, or tariffs or whatever, they will lay you off. And there is no thank you for all the work weeks in which you work overtime, on the weekends, just the layoff. And it doesn't matter how the other colleagues liked you, and they're in the same situation like you. So offering your company your skills and generate more value than your salary is, that's how companies works right now. We can look at the other example. If you work in consulting and look at the top 5 of the biggest consulting firms in the world, let us say you work with a client and the client pays your company in which you work for 20k for your services and you earn at the end of the month, it doesn't matter how much clients you get, maybe 5 to 10k. The company in which you work for still got 10k in profit. And you are not the only person work at the company. Open your eyes. They do that with everyone. And if you are not bringing in value, the company doesn't need you and you don't get paid well and maybe get laid off. That's the truth. And that is as well the reason why building your own business is the only way to get really rich. Yes, it's true we can get rich over time and we have to define first what is rich. If we say $1 million and you start to invest now or in your 20s and compound small amounts over time, it's true you get in a specific time to $1 million. But this could happen if you are 60 or 67 or 70. What are the benefits in that age with $1 million? Can you explain me? You are old, you have health issues, you don't have the power and you don't want to travel or do the things that you really could do in your 20s, 30s, 40s or 50s. So what I mean with that is if you have your own business and sell a product for $1 million, you are done. You don't need to search for thousands of clients. You don't have to do a lot of research and all the other things which are really time time and effort consuming. You have to figure out a way to find the product for $1 million. Let us look as an example for art or even a house. You just have to sell this one specific product to one client and you're done. You don't have to wait until you are 60, 70 or whatever and compound your money. You could use this $1 million, invest it as well into the stock market in an ETF, and you're done. You could live with that money in a, how do they say that, third world country. If you like it or not, it's not that bad. If you ever traveled a lot, you will see other countries are not that bad. You have everywhere advantages and disadvantages. You have to choose what you are liking. You can use this money to look for a new place in which you can settle down and don't have to wait until you are 60 or 70. But let us be true. It's pretty hard to find a product for $1 million. And most of you, me included, don't have a product for $1 million. But let us go a step further down. Let's say we have a couple of products which are maybe 100,000, 200,000 or 500,000 worth. Let's look maybe as an example for a watch. If a watch has a value of 500k, you just need to sell 2 of them. Maybe you sell it to one client or 2 and you're done. And you again are at the $1 million. And here we are. We don't have a watch for 100, 200 or 500k. And it doesn't matter how many clients and how many watches you are selling, or maybe cars, it doesn't matter. Again, we are in the same situation. We don't have products with such a value and we don't have clients and we don't know how to find the clients. The next part would be having products which are really cheap. Let's look at the product, for example, toilet paper for $1 and we sell it to 1 million people. Then you as well are in the same situation like the person who sell a product for $1 million or a product to 2 clients for 500k each. You will get a millionaire out of it. And toilet paper is especially an example which made one or another person pretty rich because everyone needs it and customers are returning and you will make profit over time. There would be 2 ways. There are even more ways, like building your own personal brand, be present in social media, earn money online, work as a freelancer, and don't tie up your time to your salary. You have to build a product, for example, writing a book, and sell it to unlimited customer. You produce it one time and it takes so much effort, but after that you can sell it unlimited. And it doesn't matter where a person is living, they can buy your book. And this is just an example. In times we have right now, nobody has the motivation to do anything because we are living in a luxury. We have everything that we want, just one fingertip away. And nowadays the people don't even want to find the publisher. And instead of finding a publisher who publishes your book, they just write an ebook and sell that. Other people make guides about specific travel areas like Bali, which is very hyped right now, and sell their travel guides. So there are ways to get rich. And a lot of times the people who are speaking about how to get rich, getting rich, people with personal brands or YouTube channel start to get so famous that in the past the famous people who were in TV are working with them together because the time is changed. You don't need a lot of money to start your own business and you don't have to find the new Amazon or Facebook or whatever. You can start with simple ideas. Your first sale is the most difficult part about it. If you start to do something and get your first sales, you can still develop and work on it. And I can promise you, you will do mistakes. But these mistakes are the biggest learning point. Without mistakes, we can't grow. And without doing this stuff, you will never learn. Because this is as well a big leverage. And if you don't want to create a business, and I can understand that because it's as well hand in hand with a lot of risk, you could learn a high-value skill and work as a side hustle, for example. And even if you earn just a couple of $100 per month at the side with your side hustle, you still could figure out a lot of things. Like, for example, you learn skills like programming, creating websites, or cybersecurity. You can offer your services as a freelancer, build tools, apps, or whatever, and sell it to unlimited people. These are all the things that I've learned and try to figure out right now. A couple of ideas and how to generate them while working in a 9-to-5. And maybe one of them will be the next Amazon, I don't know. But living every day the same and don't improve and don't change anything. You are not allowed to complain about the economy, about inflation, and about your current life. We all have the same 24 hours per day, and you have to choose and decide what you do with that. You could wake up earlier every day, you could use your weekends, or you can work very late. It's depending on you, how you want to use your time. But don't forget, there are skills in this world which pays even more, and there are people who are able to build something while working as well in a 9-to-5. What are you choosing? Let us see in the next couple of years what will happen. But I know we are on the right track and we will figure out a way. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye bye.
again. It's a rich thing.